Son, if you're listening to me right now and you're thinking about having a courier business, I want you to really pay attention really closely because I'll be sharing with you 10 things that you got to know about a courier business so that you can avoid mistakes. Here's an overview I really want you to pay attention to. So when you think about a courier business, what is it? Because a lot of folks talk about courier business here, courier business there. They have no idea what the business really entails. So a courier business is actually a great way to make money while enjoying the benefits of being your own boss, right? So we're talking about owner operator. You have your own car, you have your own sprinter van, your own cargo van, your own box truck, and what have you. So you have the ability to actually choose your working hours. That's what it is, okay? And the thing here is that you are actually serving a constellation of clients, and this could be the local grocery stores to the law firm, whatever. So basically, there are important things that you need to know before you get started. First thing first, legal decisions. So in setting up your courier business, there are some legal things you need to decide. First of all, you got to ask yourself, what kind of legal structure do you want to have? Do you want to be an LLC? Son, talk to me. Daughter, talk to me. Do you want to be an LLP? Do you want to be an S corporation? Do you want to be a C corporation? Talk to me about that because the kind of legal structure you choose will have consequences not only in terms of your taxes, but also in terms of your legal structure. Okay, so basically, and you can stay, by the way, you can stay also a sole proprietorship, but I would not advise you to actually have a courier business and stay as a sole proprietorship. So think about whether you want to be a partnership, an LLC, an LLP, whether you want to be an S corporation, a C corporation. Okay. Next, you need to think about the licenses. So depending on where you are currently driving, like basically some states are pretty strict when it comes to the courier business. They want you to be licensed. So you got to ask yourself, you need to comply with the local laws. I don't care. I don't care how successful you think your business can be. If you do not comply with the local laws, you are in big trouble, big ass trouble, boss. Okay. So you need that. So you need licenses. You also need to have a federal tax identification number. So your EIN is very important also. So that's the next thing I want you to think about. Okay. Your EIN. So those are the top three things you need to really think about. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. I really appreciate having you here, having a quick convo with you about the top 10 things you got to know about starting a courier business and being successful at it. The next thing I really want you to think about is insurance. Insurance is really important. When we talk about insurance, I'm not just talking about some kind of like a regular insurance. No, I'm thinking about a lot of other stuff. So when we talk about a courier business, you have a constellation of insurance policies. First of all, you have to insure the car. You have to insure the vehicle that you're driving, right? Okay, but you also have to insure something like business liability. You got to have business liability insurance, and depending on the states you're actually hauling from, you are going to need specific types of insurance. Now, I want you to call your state insurance department and ask them what are the conditions for insurance. Okay, but you need some insurance. Some states require a special kind of auto insurance if you use your vehicle for commercial purposes. And you should also look into, like as I just said, business liability insurance. Okay, because the thing is, you want to protect your ass in the event of a lawsuit or claim. Son, daughter, uncle, dad, I'm talking to you. Okay, so don't actually let this whole thing stress you or scare the hell out of you, but you got to prepare. That's all it is. Just take care of it and you'll be on your way. Okay, next, you need to have a reliable vehicle. I'm not asking you to buy the latest version of whatever, like a sprinter van or cargo van or whatever, but you got to have a vehicle that is, because your vehicle is actually the foundation of your business. If you're a courier business and you ain't got no car, you ain't got no reliable vehicle, you can't make money, boss. Okay, so you don't want to have a vehicle that actually malfunctions every now and then. No, you want to really have a reliable vehicle, a dependable vehicle. Okay, you don't have to have like a semi truck or a large van to be a successful courier business. No, but you do need a car. You need a pickup truck or a van that can get you and from places with no problems. That's all you need. By the way, let me quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 10 things you got to know before starting a courier business. And so the type of vehicle you need will depend on the geography where you're at. It depends on what you want to do, what kind of loads you want to haul. If you want to do OTR, If you want to do, let's say, you want to go midtown or downtown, or you want to be in the suburbs. It really depends on the kind of loads you want to haul in terms of do you want to do hazmat, you want to do perishables. You have to think about the niche you want to really focus on, or you want to do everything. The next thing I want you to really think about is what you can get paid. This is kind of funny. You will not believe that sometimes we get comments and people talk about, well, yeah, you said I could make $20 an hour. You said I could make $50 an hour. That's bullshit, or that's cap. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're probably somewhere like in small ass town in I don't know. I don't want to list any city here, and I'm talking to you about the geography. Based on our research, and we've been in this industry for 20 years, 20 years, 30 years. So the numbers I'm telling you are not numbers that I'm just like pulling out of thin air. Those are numbers that we see our own business clients actually show us. You can make $50 an hour if you know how to position yourself. You can make $30 an hour if you know how to position yourself, if you know how to position your courier business. And the funny thing is, I don't care, like people talk about, that's cap, whatever. You can say whatever you want. The numbers that I see, the numbers our team sees, you don't see those numbers. Okay, so some couriers, some delivery guys and girls for that matter, they just are thinking about their own numbers. They're thinking about what they know instead of having access to a large stream of data and analyzing a comprehensive stream of data. So you can get paid as a courier business. You can get paid between $30 all the way to $50 if you know how to position yourself. What does that mean? It means you got to ask yourself what kind of loads you want to haul, what kind of clients you want to have. Basically, if you're working for law firms, you're not making the same amount of money as if you were working for you were hauling loads for the grocery stores around the corner. You're not the same money. Okay, so what you can get paid somewhere around $30 to $50 an hour. I just want you to have that. The whole thing is when you bid on load, when you actually bid on some projects, make sure that you are competitive though, because this industry is competitive, and you got to be competitive in terms of your pricing, so you can get a foot in the door. You got to have a foot in the door first before you start flexing or trying to really be a little cocky, quote unquote cocky, when it comes to having prices. But $30 to $50, that's an average. Next thing I want you to remember, son, daughter, dad, mom, if you're interested in becoming a courier, if you want to be in the courier business, you will have to work hard. You will have to work your tail off. You will have to work your ass off. And listen, and the funny thing is when I talk like this, people are like, yeah, why is he talking like so harsh? Well, I'm talking to you so harsh because that's the reality. I better tell you now so that nobody's trying to razzle. I'm not trying to razzle dazzle. I'm not trying to razzle dazzle you. I'm not trying to actually sort of sugarcoat the truth to you. I'm telling you straight up, this is a hard industry. You will have to work hard. Some days you're not going to see your wife or husband for nights for like 3 or 4 days or even 1 week. Your children, you will not be able to tuck them in before going to bed. No. But you know what? It is worth it. It's worth it because the beginning is tough, but as you build your client base, as you build your network, as people know you, right? You have a foot in the door. You know a lot of dispatchers. You know freight brokers. Then you start building your relationships. That's when you start making money. But you're gonna have to work hard at the beginning. It's not about going to work. This ain't like going to work like at 9 and coming out at 5. No. Your ass is in that van. 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, and God forbid if there is traffic, you have all those deadhead miles. You just get stuck in traffic, and the clients want you to deliver something, and here you are stuck in traffic. You can't do nothing. There is construction everywhere, or even worse, you are lost. You are somewhere you're somewhere on the countryside. Your GPS ain't working. Your phone ain't working. You got no signal, and you got to really find your way back to the nearest highway. Yeah, This is the kind of reality I want you to really think about. Like, don't let nobody trying to sugarcoat that. People trying to tell you like, hey, this is like a easy peasy lemon squeezy. It ain't. It's not. Okay, but you are going to succeed. You will succeed. This ain't no a 9 to 5 rat race, but you are going to succeed. Okay, so you're going to have to work long hours sometimes, depending on cyclicality or seasonality. Sometimes business comes in spikes, and business will come in ebbs and flows. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. You're going to have to strike the right balance. You're going to have to strike the right equilibrium in terms of hours that you work and how you manage your revenue. The next thing I want to talk to you about here is that don't be afraid of complaints. People talking to you like, listen, you're going to have complaints in this industry. If you are going to be a courier, if you are going to be a courier business owner, either as an owner operator or as you work with other partners, you got to have thick skin. You got to develop thick skin. Okay, like if people start telling you stuff and you start crying, blah blah blah. I can't believe she told me this. Like, I'm a good guy. I'm a good girl. Whatever. Listen. You certainly don't want your courier business to actually generate complaints, but they happen, and use them as a way to improve your business. By the way, boss, let me quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? We are talking about the top 10 things you gotta know before starting a courier business. Okay, I'm just telling you straight up. Don't let nobody try to I'm not sugarcoating anything. This industry is very competitive, but it's a wonderful industry. Okay, so you're gonna have complaints, and the funny thing is nowadays, I mean, like back in the days, people were kind of pissed at your courier business. They can't they could only just not hire you anymore, right? Nowadays, it's more complicated. Like somebody's pissed off at you, they go on social media. They just roast your ass like crazy, talking bad about you. You have Google. Google gives the customers the ability to talk bad about you. See, the whole thing here is that it's not about the complaints. It's about the substance of the complaints. What are they talking about? What is the customer complaining about? You want to learn from that. Okay, is it because you were late? Is it because you did not? Sorry, is it because you did not deliver the loads on time? What is a customer? Because the whole thing here is that, as with any relationship, you have two sides of the story, right? If there was a problem, you know that you have your part of the blame too. I'm not saying that you're the one to blame, but you have something. There is a portion of blame that you want to allocate to yourself. So you want to learn from those episodes of what I call the disagreements. Okay, if a customer is complaining, that's fine. Do not be afraid of complaints. Embrace them. Next thing I want you to remember here is that startup costs when it comes to the courier business are not really that high. Not at all. I mean, if you have a reliable vehicle, then you don't need to have a lot of money to get started. Think about it. Because all you have to spend money on is what? Your license. Like you have to set up your business. If you set up your business, like we're talking about LLC, you're getting your LLC for like $150, or $100, or if you do it yourself, it will probably pay you it probably cost you like $50. So you have your license. You get your LLC. If you have a few licenses too, it probably costs like $150 or $200. So the vehicle, you gotta have insurance, all right? So insurance, licensing fees, and sometimes you might have some optional supplies. Again, it depends on the niche you're trying to haul. You're trying to haul loads in, right? Because some niches need you to have some kind of special equipment or accessories. So those are things that really you have to think about. But overall, based on our calculations, if you have $300 to $500, you can start no matter where you live. I don't care if you live in New York or LA or if you live in Hackensack, New Jersey. You are definitely going to you can succeed. I mean, because you're gonna need a GPS, right? You're gonna have a GPS unit. You're gonna have to. You might need a day planner. And nowadays, the cool thing is you have a lot of apps on Android or iPhone that actually are free. They are like digital day planners, free, no problem. So you could just download them and just plan your day. One thing I need to say here is that when we talk about startup costs, you need to understand it all depends on your geography. I've said this on this show all the time. People, when people ask questions, people in the comment section, people ask, yeah, you giving numbers. I can't believe where you got those numbers from. And I always respond and say, listen, my team, our team, for the last 30 years, and again, we've been in this game for longer than some of y'all have been alive. So the thing here is that when you talk about courier business, it's about geography. Okay, if you are somewhere in Dover, Delaware, you're not going to have the same startup cost as if you are in ATL, Georgia. If you are in Atlanta, you're not going to have the same cost as if you are like say I don't know. So the bottom line here is that make sure that whenever you talk about price, if you talk about cost, talk about hourly, like the money you're making, whatever, I want you to contextualize the conversation. I want you to really localize the conversation so we're clear about the geography we're speaking about. The next thing I want you to really think about, and that's number 8, is that not many supplies are needed. Like you are not going to have like a lot of supplies. I mean, this is kind of harks back to what I just said earlier in terms of the startup cost, right? So you don't need a lot of supplies. You really don't need a lot of supplies. I mean, unless you really want to do something about hazmat, for instance, or you want to do something, you want to like do something that relates to let's say perishables, like anything with food or a reefer, like anything refrigerated, all those sort of niche deliveries, you are good to go. Like if you just want to be a courier business taking care of a document, like legal documents that a law firm wants you to send to court, or vice versa, or you're taking care of, like you're doing something like stats, like what we call stat, which is delivery that is needed in the next hour, and you want to do it for a clinic or a hospital, those things really don't require a lot of equipment. Now, the more complex you want to be in terms of a courier business, in terms of the loads you're hauling, then you might need special supplies. But overall, you just need to have a reliable vehicle. Of course, you got to have a computer, a cell phone, as well as a way to get jobs and keep track of business records. Right? I mean, you might need to have accounting software, but that's not a supply. So, but I'm talking about real supply. I mean, anything that is but again, it depends also on the kind of geography you're covering. Like, do you want to do OTR? Because there are some courier businesses that do OTR. I mean, a client can be like, you can have a law firm in Manhattan, New York, asking you to send like a very important document to another law firm in New Haven, Connecticut, for example, or to New Jersey, like to Piscataway, New Jersey. Or if you are in Chicago, if you are in Illinois, you might have a client who wants you to be in the tri-state area, like to be really, really like to send an important document. So those will depend on the kind of niches you want to work on. And the working hours, number 9, working hours. So you're not going to have a normal working hours, and you're not going to have normal working hours, and you will actually be dealing with a diversity of clients: banks, architects, lawyers, medical professionals, shop owners, property managers, and more. It's a long list. There's a lot of work available, boss. There's a lot of work available. The last thing I want you to really think here about is that promotion won't cost you much if you are smart. See, if you are a courier business and you really want to save money while at the same time creating buzz around your business, this is totally possible, not a problem. But you gotta be smart though. See, the whole thing here is that there are ways to promote your business, your courier business, for free. First of all, you got to think about networking. Talk about your business everywhere. I don't care if people talk about, well, this guy talks all the time. He talks. Well, I talk because I want to promote my business. I'm a businessman. All right. I'm a businessman, and you got to be proud of it. I want you to say it. I want you to say it out loud. You are a businessman. You own a courier business, and really, people have to know that you own a courier business, and that you need business. Like, you need clients. All right. So networking is really important. So, like any business, networking is a great way to promote your courier business and get out there and meet people. Let them know about your service. Okay. Now, I'm not saying just to show up and in a very disheveled way or whatever. No, boss. No. I want you to really be on your Sunday or Saturday or Friday, whatever rocks your boat. I want you to show up dressed professionally and act friendly with courtesy. Introduce yourself. Have business plan, you know, if needed, or have business cards if needed, not business plan. But you can have a business plan too. Yeah, because you want to talk about your business. People need to know about your business. But a business card will go a long way to sort of solidify the reputation your new career business wants to build. Right? Think about having a press release. There are a lot of sites that will spread your press release for free, boss, for free. Okay, you can try Craigslist, for instance. You can create a website. You can think about referrals also. Okay, so referrals work in a fantastic way. In other words, you give discounts to any customer who refers other customers to you. So this works. It's a win-win for everybody. Win for you because you have more business. Win for the clients because they're getting a discount, and win for the new client because they are also getting a discount, whatever. So you do have ways. You have a lot of ways to actually promote your new courier business for free. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just quickly talking to you about the top 10 things you need to know about your courier business before starting. So I gave you the legal decision, insurance, reliable vehicle, what you can expect to get paid. You have to work hard, right? Don't be afraid of complaints. Startup costs are not really that much. Not many supplies needed. Working hours can be long, and promotion won't cost that much if you are smart. Thank you. I'll see you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.